My name is Cherie Dimaline. I'm an author from the Georgian Bay Métis community near Penetanguishene, and I write fiction books. I won the Governor General's Award in 2017, 9 other awards that year, and in 2018, The Marrow Thieves was the best-selling Canadian book. I do have a history with the Métis Nation of Ontario. I mean, I've been a citizen since the 1990s, so I guess almost day one. And I used to work at the Métis Nation. I started my illustrious writing career at the fantastic, world-renowned Métis Voyageur. Worked there for a couple of years. It was a two-man operation. It was myself and Mark St. Germain, and we went everywhere and met everyone and wrote sometimes some cool stories, sometimes some hilarious stories. But that was the beginning. That was the beginning of all the writing, was at the Métis Voyageur. Well, I don't think that I would have been able to sit on stage and interview Margaret Atwood if at first I didn't sit, in a community center and talk to Marion Larkman or Helen Bradley. So it did, and I mean that sincerely. There was something about being in a community and being responsible and understanding your responsibility to carry the stories and to make sure that people's stories got told and shared in a good way that then informed the way that I moved forward with all stories and literature in the community, to bring that same sense of care and responsibility. Stories are everything. For us, it gets complicated when it comes to land because, we're not treaty people. My own family, we were considered squatters on the land that we occupied on the Georgian Bay. And so we are relocated from Drummond Island, relocated from our original homes. And so for us, a lot of the time we carry home in the stories. And my grandmother explained it to me like this. She said, when you are from a people who has to move and is forced to move at a moment's notice, you have to bring everything that's important to you to start over and to continue on being a community. You have to bring that with you. But when you're running, the only thing that your hands are for is for bringing along the youth and for holding the hands of the elders so they can guide you. And so everything that you need has to be carried inside of a story. And so for us, stories are the way that we are community. They're the way we know where we have been. And they're the instructions for who we are going to be. It's not just about survival. It's about who do you want to be at that moment of survival. Something funny and hopeful to... Something funny and hopeful. I don't know. I mean, in terms of the Métis Nation of Ontario, I used to work there years ago. I'm happy to be involved now. I'm wearing Métis Nation of Ontario socks. If that isn't patriotic, I don't know what is. But there's this great energy that's coming from the youth, and they're taking on initiatives, and they're refusing to work within the old frameworks that a lot of our leaders had to. They had to start from a place of, let's get inside the belly of the beast and figure out our way around. And now we've navigated that whole system, and the youth are now coming at it from a place of community, from a grassroots position, and with so much education and experience and knowledge and community knowledge with them that it's so inspirational. It kind of makes me a bit bitter because it reminds me how old I am, but it's great to see all these young people. And these are the people that I, more than anyone else, write my stories for. They are love letters to my community, and they are absolutely for the young people. Because we can't ask them to go out and do this work. We can't expect them to be able to live a good life to their full potential if we don't provide them with the stories that will hold them safely while they do that work.